Good morning. I just wanted to put a video out there because I'm seeing a lot of people struggling with the rental crisis that seems to be happening all over the world. Interest rates are going up for people with mortgages, food prices are rising, people are really struggling, doing it tough, and a lot of people don't have anywhere to go. And a lot of people are suffering, and I have made this suggestion to a few people, and it's always been rejected, and that's because change is scary. People can't or are not willing to release the idea of their old life, how they've currently been living. They're not willing to make a change, but that's exactly what has to happen. So my journey in all of this, I've been lucky enough for it to be a bit of a stepping stone, but the first bit was out of necessity. I left my husband, and I didn't know how I was going to put a roof over the heads of me and my two daughters. I didn't have any money. I'm on a pension, and I was already struggling with the pension to pay the rent and the bills, let alone any car regos or anything like that came up. And so I sold my car and I bought a camper van. It was an old one, 1988 model, but it had a bed in it and a kitchen, and I ended up buying an outdoor shower which I attached, and we lived in that for a couple of years actually, and it was like camping, but it enabled us to be free. Like I could rock up to someone's house. I don't drink now, but I did then. I'd rock up to someone's house, and if I'd had too much to drink, I could just stay. I had everything I need with me all of the time. It also helped me to downsize and to shed a lot of the physical material things that I didn't need anymore. Things like photo albums I stored at my parents' place. But even then, like, yes, they're nice to look back on, but I have memories. I don't need them printed. And so it was a few years living in that until the engine died, and I sold it to a mechanic, and I then rented a so I've got a very noisy crow. I then rented a tiny house for a little while, and then I got some superannuation out, based on financial hardship. And the thing I want to say about that is they taxed me, and they do here in Australia, 22%, even when you're withdrawing it under financial hardship. Like, that is ridiculous. So you're having to withdraw your future retirement fund. I don't ever believe that we're going to see that in this generation in the future. And so you're already doing it tough, and they take 22% off of you, which is criminal. But anyway, I got my super out, and I bought a $10,000 truck, because again they limit you. You can only take 10 grand out at a time, or less than that. It's 8,200 because you have to pay 22% tax. Pardon me. And it's automatically deducted. It's not a voluntary payment, otherwise I wouldn't have made it. And so I bought a truck, which I've started converting into a tiny house. I have travelled in that a little bit. I didn't get it fully done up as a tiny house how I would like it yet, but it's got beds and a kitchen in there, and I can attach my shower to the outside. And then an opportunity came up for a friend of mine to loan me the money, so it was a small loan, interest free, And so I flew over to the other side of Australia, and I have now bought a catamaran yacht, liveaboard, so it's got 2 hulls, kitchen. There's no shower, but I have the ocean. And over the last 3 years of technically what people would class as homeless, and I've never classified myself as that at all, I have felt more free. I have so much more money to spend. I'm not paying rent, I'm not paying bills. My only expenses are food and fuel, and now this small loan which I'm able to pay back as and when I can. And it's enabled me to live quite freely again. And I did have to move around a little bit. People don't like permanency, but I feel like everything's going to collapse. It's only going to get worse. People are going to suffer and suffer and suffer until you can learn to let go, until you can learn to embrace change. And yes, it's scary, but one thing that I've learnt about being on this boat, I've never driven a boat before, skippered a boat, let alone sailed one, and I drove it for the fourth time yesterday. The first time there was so much fear that came up, I had to sit and cry. But rather than pushing it away and telling myself I was being stupid, I embraced myself. I hugged myself and told myself that it was okay to be scared and that I was here for me. And I nurtured myself like a mother would their daughter. And I felt into it. I felt the physical feeling in my body, and I embraced it. And then it went away. And so I feel like I'm living proof that yes, you can do it, and yes, it might be scary, but the fear shouldn't paralyze you or stop you from doing it. It's absolutely necessary that we move. We're constantly changing, all of us. We're not supposed to be stuck. We're not supposed to stay still. We're not supposed to do the same thing for the rest of our lives. We're here to experience, and that means experience as much as humanly possible. The good and the bad, it's all beautiful, it's all necessary, and it's all part of being human. So when you can see the inspiration in that and the love in that for yourself, to be like, I want to give myself the richest life possible, full of every experience, not to shy away from the uncomfortable ones, but to lean into them like a lover and to embrace those too, then suddenly everything becomes easier. And to cling on, to not embrace the change, to have that attachment to anyone or anything, that's what causes the suffering.